So I guess at the time it would have been I say new romantic, but that was coming through, the new romantic sort of sound. And in a way, I guess we weren't trying to aspire to be anything like that. But if you listen to the songs and the music, you could look at that and say that is typically part of that genre. But I think we were trying to achieve something that was quite unique, you know. Yeah, I don't think we were trying to be like anyone, but the only band that we couldn't help being like would have been the Ants, really, and because we loved the band, you know, and it wasn't the Ants that the pop star Adam band. It was the old Ants sound, which was a bit heavier.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear the correlation between their early stuff and you guys. So my next question is, you've spoken about it a bit already, but what do you remember of my dad and Tracy's relationship and the impact that had on the band?
Well, because they were married, you know, they started going out with each other, I think pretty much straight away after she became our manager. I can't remember if she was manager's prior. And then a few months later, they decided to get married, so which cemented it for them, really. And it created a bit of a imbalance in the band, really, because obviously Jerry's married and this is his wife. You know, you've got to respect that. At the same time, being the manager, you know, we were always pissed off. You know, we could be. Sorry.
Yeah. Just seeing his face, like.
Yeah. Sorry. Go back to the beginning. I'll ask the question again.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so yeah, what do you remember? What changed after they got married? I should ask.
Yeah, well, there wasn't much after they got married. It was just the fact that Jerry and Tracy were in a relationship. That it was quite difficult for the rest of the band to sort of function in the way you would in a normal situation, where the manager was one side and the band was another. So if there was a situation or an issue, it was rather difficult to deal with. Well, harder to deal with because it was Jerry's wife, basically. So so there was that going on. And although we never really spoke about it, we wouldn't have discussed it at all. It was just, but obviously naturally we felt that, and I think that created. Sometimes you felt there was us and them. We were Jerry and Tracy and the band.
Yeah.
So if there was a situation where to do with money or what have you, it was difficult to resolve.
Right. So.
Sorry, let's stop for a sec.
Okay.
Because that's really important.
And yeah, I don't think you could. That was
sound
stuff.
It's not usable.
It's like 3 trains knock on the door. That was just like.
Okay, why?
Oh.
Bagging. I had to wait for a train to come to knock on the door. All the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
I think you might have to do that one.
Oh god.
Okay. Is there a train coming soon?
We've got the
There was
train.
one at 31. I guess there's one in 3 minutes.
Just stop for this question, I mean, to be
Okay.
fine.
What's the question again?
I think you should
So,
start from how he said the relationship
Well, I
was
think
difficult.
it's important what you said in terms of okay. When there was issues within the band, how did them being married?
Well,
affect
the
that?
problem being the fact they were married and in a relationship, it was difficult because we couldn't really, although we never really discussed this, but it was a very difficult thing. If there was an issue that occurred with Tracy, it was difficult because she was married to Jerry, so we had to have, we all got that certain respect for her because it's his wife. But there was a problem with Tracy and a number of issues that came up, but I think ultimately she was a good manager, and she did manage to get a record contract and etc. But the next stage in the development of the band was a difficult thing, and I think the next stage for her to develop the band further would have been a very difficult thing. And I think the friction was starting to occur then, and it was difficult because she was married to Jerry, and we couldn't just say, well, let's just sack the manager and get another management because he's married to her. So how would you do that? So.
But there was that. You didn't talk about it, but did you feel like you wanted to get another manager in?
We, to a point, yeah. There's often times when we'd be fed up with what was happening, the way we were in the situation at the time, and we couldn't really do much about it because, like I say, she was unless we sacked Jerry as well. Of course, well, you wouldn't be able to do that because he's part of the band, and so you know that was. I could looking back at it, I can see that was an issue, and I think that might have been part of the reason why that Duncan left in the end.
And what's your take on Tracy? As
Well,
as a person.
I never. I found her quite charming in a way. She was always very nice to me, but I think there was another side to her, which possibly I didn't actually come into contact with too much. But she was. I thought she was a good manager, and I think she did a fairly good job to that point. I think the next, like I say, the next further development of the band would have been very difficult for her, I think, and I think that's what we were looking for, to take it to the next level.
It should be coming any second.
Okay.
Still what time? If it didn't come, we could tell me.
Should wait until like 30 seconds, and if it doesn't.
Tony's
Sorry.
still going.
15.
It's probably the worst behind the scene footage ever.
That's 30.
Probably it's not coming on.
Maybe like a minute or
Some of the
something.
trains are okay. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Some
you
of
can.
them
I can hear the
actually
Yeah,
are quite
literally.
nice.
I think it also depends on the.
Right above the
Yeah.
head, it's
Yeah.
just too loud.
Ocean effect.
It says here the platforms.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry.
There's
Okay.
good.
I think 1, 2, and 3 are the worst ones. Because I was
That one's
noticing.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's 3 then.
Because that's, you know, it's part of the environment. So
It's a bit like Alaska Studios, it's actually.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So now we're.
Did you go
We'll
and
go
have a look at
there.
We've been there to have a look. We haven't filmed there
Yeah,
yet.
it's the same situation. It's got
Yeah.
It's
trains
the
going.
100 Club as well. That's got the underground, which you can.
They
That
all
wasn't as
close.
bad as
Yeah,
this
yeah.
though.
No, there was nowhere near.
It just didn't. At least it didn't feel like it when we.
Yeah.
We've only gone for places with trains. Anyway, that's
But Alaska also shakes a lot, right?
It does.
It's like
Yeah.
literally.
My next question was so following